everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be working on part 2 of this Whitetail buck. This is a painting, it's acrylic on wood. It's on a piece of pine. So y'all come in and say hi. We are currently live on Facebook if you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay either here or over on YouTube. I'm going to get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. Alright, so last session we got the background and the base coat done for the deer, and we're going to work on it some more today. I'm not sure exactly what, but we'll work on some detail probably. Alright, so it looks like I have one person on. Hopefully sound is okay. Somebody let me know if you're on here. So we are using Liquitex Acrylics, either in the heavy body or in the basics. I use both. I have some goldens. I haven't been using them. I might use the carbon black and the golden. I was testing the two colors today to see what kind of difference there is between this carbon black and golden, or the Mars black that I typically use in this Liquitex. And surprisingly, the golden is shinier, and they're both supposed to be matte, but for whatever reason, I don't know if you can see it, the carbon black on the top there, which is the golden, is a lot shinier than the Mars black. I was trying to see if it was just a deeper black, because I was wanting it for like the eyes and the nose, and I'm not sure if I typically use it on the eyes and the nose. I can't really remember, but I might try it this time, at least on the nose, because particularly this deer's nose it's very shiny because it's, you know, it's a little bit wet. So, and I usually do that with color, of course, but I thought it might be interesting to try that with the golden. So anyway, just, it was kind of surprising to me that it was shiny. I didn't know it was shiny. I don't know if the other one, I have another golden. I have this sap green I use sometimes, because I haven't seen a sap green in my Liquitex. That's why I always use the hooker's green, and I just change it up with other shades. Or the phthalo green. I also tend to use this phthalocyanine green. But I don't know. We'll see. So I may try that black. It's very interesting that it's that much shinier. Honestly, I never would have guessed it was that much shinier. Hey, Lori. Sound okay, hon? I didn't check it. I assume it is. Let me see if I can hear myself. Yeah, it seems like it's fine. All right, so we shall go ahead and pull the camera up top so we can get started. All right, 1 second. All right, let's see. All right, that's good. It's a little bit dark. It's so dark because it's just dark colors right now. Just move this light over a little bit, as long as it doesn't glare too much. It's one light. I have like a diffuser over it, but it still glares more than I would like. Okay, so let's see. I think what I'm going to do, I'm debating if this is all I want that background to be. I'm leaning toward yes, but I might put a little bit more detail in it. I haven't decided. Sometimes it's better just to keep it simple, then it doesn't distract from the main subject. I may keep it simple. I was debating on making these a little stronger, but the problem with that is then they'll interfere with the antlers probably. So I might just keep it like it is. It looks a little transparent right there, so I might darken it enough to where it just doesn't look transparent. So I may do that first, and then we'll continue on the buck. So I'm just going to use my liner for that. So I've got this Royal Langnickel Moderna 10/0. It's my finest liner. The other liner I often use is this little Royal liner. They're very similar in thickness, really, even though one's a 10 and one's a 5. But this one's a lot longer, so you get a little less control. This is actually a brand new one. I haven't even washed it yet. I have another one that's not brand new. Here, I'll just wet it so you can see. But they're very similar. So these are probably my two favorite liners. It's hard to show. And they're not like super expensive or nothing, just a few dollars. I don't know, maybe $5 or $6. Okay, so limbs. I think we're going to go with the burnt umber and probably just some more black. I'll just pick, I've got those two blacks down on my palette already because I was testing them out. So I've already got them down there. We'll just throw some burnt umber down here. Not much. And I'm going to use the 10-0. Probably should mix up a little bit first. I don't want to mix with my liner. Even though I do it all the time, I shouldn't. It's kind of a no-no. So a little bit of the, we'll just go with the Mars because I don't really want it shiny. So now that I know that that golden is actually shiny, it's surprising. All the years I've been painting, I've never noticed that. I don't think I've ever tested them side by side like that. I have a test sheet, but honestly, I didn't notice it on the test sheet. Let me look at it. I'm curious. Let me see if it can tell. Maybe it doesn't show up as much on paper. No, it does show up shiny. Interesting. So I just never noticed it. Like you can really see it here on this sap green. So it is definitely a shinier paint. It's more of a satin than it is a matte. That one, and then the carbon's here, but it's not as obvious on this carbon. But it is there for sure. Huh. Well, I learned something new. Alright, so just a little bit, I'll get a little bit more than that so I can put some water in it. Alright. So we'll spritz it, my fine mister. And I'm just going to make these little twigs just a little more opaque. They just kind of look like, I don't know, a ghost image right now. Which I wanted them to be out of focus, but they don't look just out of focus. They just look like they were painted thin. You know, there's a difference between looking out of focus and looking like it doesn't have enough paint on it. So let's just do this. I'm just going to add a little bit of detail here and there. Not going quite as thick as the lines are. The only thing about using a liner is your paint stroke does not go very far. I do hate that it lines up with that exactly. It's kind of like it's almost like a faux pas in painting. You don't want things to line up like that. Like the antler is lining up with this limb, and that's kind of a no-no. So I'm going to pull this limb over a little bit further this way. So that it's not lining up exactly with that. Boy, just don't have enough water. It really doesn't have enough water. My paintbrush is separating. Whoops. Thing fell over. Alright, so that's better. So we'll just continue this on. Get a few little branches out here. Y'all ready for the holidays? I'm as ready as I'm going to be, honestly. We're not really doing a lot. We'll probably go over and visit the kids. If I can get out of bed. It's hard when you're on a night shift. One needs to go maybe like this, I think. Maybe a little thicker back here. Then I might paint that back white so that that limb isn't coming directly out of his antler. It's not really white, it's kind of a grayish white. Alright, water. Let's see. That's probably better. Maybe just a few more small lines. Add a couple over here. I guess I could continue them. Real subtle like. There's a whole bunch on the picture itself. I didn't quite put as many, but I probably should put a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get up that color. I know it was white and probably the burnt umber, so probably just the two of these colors. See if I can kind of match it a little bit. Might need a little more black than that. Where is it? There it is. Is it too dark? Notice that limb was hitting right where that antler was, at least until I stood back and looked at it. A lot of times when you're painting, it's a good idea to just stand back every now and then, take a peek, and see where things are going, because a lot of times you notice things more. Just get that antler moved back there. going to have highlights on it and stuff, so it'll change colors, but all right, that's probably all right. And I think I'll do the same thing over here. So this one, we'll just leave this one come out of the ear area here. It's got one that's a little bit closer. I think I'll do that too. And then I'll keep that one off to the side light. Maybe just something here. Boy, it's drying so fast on me. Fraction longer. All right. Probably all right. This is kind of a tree looking thing, so I guess I'll keep it like a tree. Looks like a small tree, but it's not on the picture really, the reference photo, but I think I will keep it kind of like a small tree over here. We'll just blend it into the leaves. Maybe a little bit taller than that. Yeah, okay. Something like that. And then, yeah, it's definitely dry, a lot darker. Lighten that up a little bit. It's hard to match colors. Okay, maybe that's close. All right, so for the deer, I tend to like to start with the eyes and the nose. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put these eyes on here with that other black, which is the Carbon Black by Golden. See if I can get the right spot. It's just a little bit darker. Okay, it comes down. I almost need to get this white on here just so I can see where to stop. Minutes ago, and it's already pretty much dry. Hopefully this nose isn't too big. Okay, and then the eyes. They're really more brown, but I'll probably just start with this black and then I'll add a little bit of brown. But I do want this pupil. I just really want it to stand out. And it doesn't go all the way. Ooh, it's so dark. It doesn't go all the way to the edge there. It's hard to see because it's just pretty much dark on dark. At least till I get all the rest of this on here. And then this little eye here. My brush is not wet enough. Okay. So the nose is through here. I think I'll just go ahead and put the white areas so I can see better. Yeah. I'm going to do those with maybe this filbert. I have a smaller one somewhere. This one. This is a filbert rake, 1/8 inch. I think I'll use it. So the whites, they need to be very dark in the back. So right now this area is black and then this area is kind of a burnt umber, but I think it'll be enough. Could go a little darker, but I think it's going to be okay. And then they've got a little, just a touch of blue. So we're just going to try and get the teeniest bit of blue. I'm just debating which blue I want. Probably just phthalo. It's going to take so little. Probably be easy to go way too far. And then we'll add a bunch more white on here. And I'm not going to do it completely. I just want to get it down so I can see where things are. But I think I might. I'm debating if I want to trace anything or not. I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to wing it. Alright, so we'll use this little rake. Let's see if we can mix up. Maybe I'll clean that first. Clean this off. Just a little bit right there. Save that. So, bunch of white. Teeniest drop of this phthalo. And I mean, just, I'm only barely touching my palette knife. That'll be all I need. And then it needs gray, so we'll just throw that Mars black in, not the golden. Just touch it gray to it. This won't be the final white on there, it'll just be an under white. So you don't want it too light. Probably not putting enough paint down again. I do that all the time. You're close to being ready for Christmas? I cannot say I'm close, that's for sure, but I don't know. I guess I got all the gifts. I don't think I have like stocking stuffers really. I need more stocking stuffers. Alright, so I feel like there's a bit of a brush hair sticking out there. So this is a rake, which means that the ends are separated. There's one that's almost needs cut off. I'm gonna leave it. It'll probably be all right. But it's good for just overall. I think I'm gonna trace this, guys. I don't trust myself. Granted, I don't know if I did a very good job of this, so. I think I kind of have an idea where this white is. Let's see how close I am. Not terrible. I think I can tell from there for the most part. More there. Okay, I took all the chalk off. I took the chalk off because it was too much. I only want it on the area I need. See if I can't just mark this area that's white. I'm pretty sure this one's pretty much where it needs to be. If I can line it up. This one's been hard to line up for some reason. I think it's because it's so dark. Usually I can see through better, but I can't really see through it. I can't even see the eyes. All right. Stylus, where are you hiding? There you are. So this is here, approximately. I mean, the ear honestly it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll just put a little line there, a line there. The nose about here. And just a little bit of this. I'm trying to put too many lines. Barely see it. All right, that's good enough. Let's see, so I'll start with the ear. So I'm gonna go, ooh, that's really wet. I'm gonna go with the direction of the fur. And I'm just going to real lightly put this grayish blue down. I almost think it needs more gray. Just a little on the light side. No, too much. I won't be able to back it up. It's fine. I can always come back and add more white. It's harder to go the other way. All right. So there's a little tuft of white kind of here. And then here. This one goes pretty much all the way to the edge. I'm not crazy about this brush. Okay, we're going to use it on its side. And then this comes in. There's a little dark area right there. Let's see if we can figure out where it's at. The fur on the ear direction wise is a little tricky. It does change a lot. being very sparse about this purposely because I don't want to fill it in. Not yet, anyway. I feel like that's not over far enough. It's hard to tell because I can't tell where this ridge is yet. We'll just leave it like that for now because I think it needs to be further over, but we'll leave it. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'll come in and try to get an outline of where those browns are. So this looks like about 1/8 of an inch. Maybe about there. And then it comes down. This. And a little bit of browns in there. And then lights here. To about, I think about there. Maybe like here. That's close. And the eyes. Pretty much even with that pupil. On the bottom, it's about there. I need more water. I have to cut this brush. I don't know what is up with the end of it. It's got a weird one little bristle that is just sticking off the end. Funny. I'm just going to trim it with my scissors. There. Okay. So this eye comes about here. So we get more paint on it. Looks like it stops here. I have to keep looking because I'm trying to figure out exactly where it is. And sometimes you can, line your brush up to a point and figure it out, but it's close. I think we'll put a little bit. Okay. I think that goes up like that. Too much on there, but it's okay. I can darken it back up. And this comes down. It's either too wet or too dry. Now it's too wet. Where's my rag? I need paper towel. Totally laid down a blob of water. Comes right by the eye there. This is a little too far over, but that's all right. I'll fix it. Keep it there for now. And this one. about the center, and then kind of over. And then it's also just at the edge there. And it comes almost to the edge of the deer. Like this, and then there's a little spot that comes out. It's a little more of an angle. Okay. I'll make a brown pile of a whitish brown color so I can do some of this. I'm just going to hint at this color that goes around here so that I can mark it off. Still trying to stay in the right direction. Nope. It's too wet, too dry, too wet, too dry. Water there. All right, come on. That's better. There's a curve there. I don't know how much you can see. Where's the middle? There's the middle. It's just kind of going off in both directions. To the bridge of the nose and then over. That's too high. This way. To about here. Okay, and then let's see, side of the eye. It's like a line. There's a line for the face. It seems to be about here. It's not really dark enough. It's very close. Where the back of the ear there. I need like a red oxide or something. Let's see. Yeah. Just a little bit of red oxide in this. With that brown burnt umber color. Trying to separate the ear and the head. Even if the color is wrong, I don't really care at this point. I just got to get them separated so I can see where the line is. So right up to the antler. There's that line, and then the other side, line actually comes out further on the other side. I think my antler's too wide. Right there. I think what it is the ear needs to be taller. I'll fix that. Let me see. Is that what it is? Or is it just the antler? There is some fur back there, but it's behind the antler, so there's just no separation of the antler there, so that's all it is. So I just need this antler to be separated right here. Comes down. And it comes down there. So the rest of that is like a tuft of fur in the back. That should be enough to tell. The same thing over here. Just a little further over. And then this here is just a fraction higher. Like that. It's so hard to see it. Alright, I'll go to the nose. This is what I would consider my marking off stage. I'm just kind of getting a feel for where things are, since I'm not really using the tracing too much this time, because honestly it just really wasn't lining up good. So we're just going to wing it, which is fine. I don't draw as much as I used to. I used to draw everything from scratch, and then lives, I don't like taking the time to do a lot of drawing. I like to just get to the painting. You can't tell that was too high. So further over. Plus, when I draw, I make a lot of mistakes. I'm not a perfect drawer. I tend to draw, erase, draw, erase, draw, erase, because I'm just not, I've never really been that great at pencil sketching, even though I started out pencil sketching before anything else. I just never, I don't know, I think I didn't enjoy it as much. And if you don't enjoy it, honestly, you don't tend to get very good at it. My joy tends to come from painting it. Try to get this little mouth in there. There's like two colors going on here. I think it's quite that wide. Oh, maybe it is. Nostril goes about here. I almost need my liner. This brush is just a fraction thick, but if I can just hint at it, I'll find it later. I think that's about right. It needs to be a little deeper. Probably could have gone a little darker on this gray, but they tend to, it'll dry darker than it looks right now. And then the nose comes down. Oops, not wet enough. Looks like about, still not wet enough. All right, I think I need to spray. Just spray the whole painting. It's not gonna hurt it, but I didn't really want it wet. Where are you ending? Right about there, I think. And then this whole area. It's a little tough to brown here, but I'll just come back and put it because I gotta get this white in here. I'm just going to come under it. And go right now. But lighter, not darker. Too much paint on here. And that goes about to here, I think. I really need to be the other direction. Hold on. Easier for me to get the edge right with that direction. And this starts here and goes down about like this. Yeah, it's close. Okay. And then go ahead and fill this in just a little bit. I think I'll switch to my liner. All right. Good enough. Now I can at least see where things are. So this bridge. Tiny little spots. They get wider. Okay. Can't tell. The nose looks a little tall, but I can't quite tell. I think it's a fraction tall. I'm gonna switch the liner. I can't do that. Where's my liner? Okay, nose. Let's see if we can get you. I need like a blue black. So let's go with our carbon black, a little bit of phthalo, and a little bit of white. Maybe transparent mixing white. I don't want to go chalky. Let's go with transparent mixing white. Trying to get the shape. Where is that nostril? It's like here. Comes under. Nope. Don't like that. Got some white on there that isn't quite lined up right. That's right. We'll just color back in a second. So nostril area. It's a lot smaller than that, but that's okay. And this area, need more blue. Where's my blue? don't know what to talk about. I'm not a good talker. I just paint, talk about what I'm painting. It's because I don't have that much going on other than my art. So, let's see. We've been getting into model trains a little bit. At least I have. So I'm debating if I want to, how much I want to invest into that. Not really money-wise. We have an uncle that bought us some stuff to kind of use with the kids. Keep it here, but have them come over and see trains and stuff. So that's what we started with. Oh, just a typical vinyl. And then he sent Dave a firehouse building. And now I'm like, oh, well, where are we going to put it? So I told him, I'm like, you're going to have to build a table. We can see if we can start something. I could do the scenery and build the little houses and stuff. We don't have to buy pre-made houses all the time because that stuff's expensive. So we probably won't. You know, I have a feeling that they'll be sending us stuff here and there. But it's very wet. So mostly I was just gonna do stuff from scratch so it doesn't cost a lot. I'm just putting a little blue in these eyes. And transparent mixing white. Actually, that's okay. I don't want that one. I want this one. Trying to get this nose lined up. I'm going to have to add more black back to it because I'm a little off right now. Okay. Go with the carbon black, I guess. I have to put more carbon black out, I think. Oh yeah, that's totally skinned over. I went to get it and it's like hard. I just realized you really can't see the paint puddle I'm working from. It's more important that you see the painting anyway, but there is a paint puddle over here I'm working from. Let's see, I'm just going to get some of this up because it's too dry. Okay, I'm going to add a little more of this carbon black. Nose, let's work on you. So this part comes over here, down, and the other got a stronger point than I have right now. So anyway, I might do a little bit of train building here and there. And probably do the buildings and stuff live, I guess. I just got to figure out where I want to fit it all in. I feel like your nose is too far over. Maybe. And I'm not even sure if my viewers would like it or not. If you guys would like watching me build stuff like that. You seem to like when I do the miniatures, which is basically the same thing. There's definitely a bend here. Let's see, this part comes over. Does it need to be lower? Maybe. Let me try to zoom a little bit. It gets so blurry when I zoom. Light is awful. Let me drop this light over here. See how much it shines. Might be alright. And that's pretty close. Maybe just a little further down in the middle. This comes over here. I think this is too tall or something. Right there might be too tall. Need to drop it lower with some white. What color was I using? This color. And maybe get this brown back in here so it can separate the mouth. This is a little bit lower, maybe. When I put the fur around it and everything, it'll hopefully make more sense. I think this should be longer. check this. I feel like it's not. I don't know if it's not big enough or what. That's a lot more solid than I wanted. Too late now. Really not coming off of there. Still not coming off of there good. Where's my felt part? Let me try this. This is definitely too far over. Just try and get this filled in a little bit better. It's too far over here, I think. Come on, go back in there. All right. Maybe this color. No, more brown. More burnt umber than that. It's close. Try and see where it stops. It feels too far over. Hold on. Let's see. Where's my tracing? Yeah, it's about right. It just looks like it's too far over. But it's really not, so we're just going to leave it there. This is mostly burnt umber, a little bit of red, oxide, and white. Just going to get a slightly redder color going. Still needs to be more tan. What do I need? I bet I need sienna. Let's throw some raw sienna in there. Probably have like 5 colors on this paintbrush, but it's okay because fur has all kinds of colors in it. And these undercolors, it really doesn't matter that much as long as you get close, because all the layers on top will make it look right. Just a little bit there. More raw sienna. Just trying to block off this color about where it should be. Nope. too much paint on this brush. Oh, what is going on with that nose? Pull that nose over a little bit. I don't think those colors are going to go quite that light. They might. This. It's pretty much there, I think. Wow. Just not coming out of the brush. I don't like that. Hold on. Maybe I can real quick. It's too much. Just wanted a little bit of water on my paper towel. Not quite that much water. Just want this white not to end so pointy looking. It's a little closer. Okay, and then there's a little brown spot in there. See if I can get this brush washed out. Back to my liner. And that little brown spot. Trying to look at the line of the nostril and see if it's where I want it. I think it is. I think he's chewing on something. It kind of looks like it. His mouth's a little bit sideways. Like he's chewing on something. This is just a little bit of brown inside. That. I guess it's darker. And then the light white's gonna make it work better, but for right now, let's see if I can get that separation. So this comes down. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Let's try a little more black in there or something. Water content is such a, it's a fine, fine line. Needs to be higher. A little bit higher. my spots are dry. Keep trying to find water. There's water on here. It's just finding the puddle. Mouth is tricky. I feel like it's still too wide or something. I think it's too wide. Just darken this fur back up because it's too white for right now. And it stops here. Maybe it's just some black. Well, what is with this mouth? I think it's too far over. It's a difficult shape of this nose. I don't have the other fur yet either, so hopefully it'll make sense once I do. Close. And the eyes. Are the eyes too big or too small? It's probably just because they don't have the outline. Let's try this burnt umber, a little bit of this raw sienna. Brown on the eyes. like a dark. Comes over to a V. And then down from the top. Okay, that's close. And the other one, same kind of thing. So under, then down to a point here. And over. Pretty close. Okay, and then I feel like the white needs to be further. I just can't tell yet. All right. Let's see. How about I try to get some of this hair on the back. We're gonna use that filter. Do a medium color. So, lines. Can't really see it. All right, let's go lighter. Try to get this direction going if I can. Let's see. So this way goes back. I'm just putting a little bit of directional fur here. Start me off. This is down. Come on. Does not want to come off this brush. There's so much glare. I can't see what I'm doing. It's not quite as firm as I would like it to be. Just get it started anyway. And then this fur goes down this way. Too thick. And then this fur, pretty much just little teeny bits. This way. dripping down pretty much. Yeah, this brush is just, it's just too soft. I don't know what I usually use for deer. Can't remember. I think I had a filbert that was perfect and I don't know where it is. This one's a little stiffer. I could try it. Let's see. It's a little stiffer, but it's also a little wider. I'm trying not to have to do it piece by piece by using a rake. Rakes are nice, but they're basically a shortcut. And you still need to do your fine lines with just a liner. But I'm going to try to get it started with this anyway. Where is that line? Let's see. It's about, come on. Here, here. Yeah, it's really no better. Use the liner. Fine. Just gonna use the liner. Let's see. Looks like it curves in just a little bit. This goes, it's kind of dotty. Definitely more black through there and more white through there. Try to get this bridge. This brush either. Another brush. How about maybe this one? Let's try it. What color do I want? I want a dark blackish gray color. I'm looking at this kind of bridge area here. Start getting some of these dots in here. They're really dots more than they are lines. They kind of go sideways. painting, guys. Hopefully you don't mind me being too quiet. I don't really know what to talk about, so we'll just watch me paint. These little fine detail lines take forever, so if you're watching on the replay, just fast forward it because you'll get bored. And at some point they start kind of turning upward here. Oops, there's nothing there. Maybe it needs more white. Come in with a brighter white in a few minutes. Get some of this medium tone first. Goes in here just a little bit more. Just adding back some black because I went a little too light there. There's actually quite a bit of black through here. If I can get it on my paintbrush. White to show up through there. I need clean water. I'm going to add back some dark spots through here. Going to add back that depth that I kind of lost. And I'll add more white again. I'll just keep going back and forth until I get it right. It's honestly the easiest way to do it. Some eyelashes there too. You don't think about the deer having eyelashes, but they do. Tiny little white spot. If I can get it under this eye. Close. There's not really one on the other side, but there is one here. Not quite that much. Okay. And a lot of browns through there too. See if we can get some of this white in here. kind of saving the main fur for last. Get it thin enough to blend that nose in. Teeny little kind of dots. Do one side, then I'll do the other side. Anytime I get too much, I'm just coming back with the black. Nothing coming off. I think it needs more blue through there or something. I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to do this. So this is lighter. Can you see that? Yeah. Lighter at the top, darker at the bottom. So we'll do a little more black through the bottom. And then I'll come in and add the white over it. I'm just going to add back a hint of texture through here. It's hard to get these really fine lines. As long as I can get some. Okay, now I'll come in with that white. And a little bit of that blue, if there's any left there. Yeah, there. Got a little bit of it. Okay, I'll do a bluish white. hard to get light enough yet. Trick is not covering all of that dark color underneath. This is right up to the edge almost. And then over here. A little bit of brown right there. Just a teeny bit comes into this area. A little bit above here too. Right there. White. Not quite solid white. White with a little bit of that phthalo blue in it. Probably some brown just off my palette. I think it's too wet. More white, I think. Phthalo blue and white. Hopefully this brush is thin enough. Almost out of time, guys. I didn't get much done. Trying to get these blue undertones on here. And we'll hit it with white next time. If you want it to look real. I think what's going on here. I think it just needs to be thinned out through there. Try to get a few longer ones. That's better. Okay. Really? Oh, there's a lot of blue in this. I don't know if I want to go that blue or not. I can't decide. Probably not completely that blue. Keep dropping my water bottle. going to layer more and more lines on top of this until I get its thickness I want. I don't want to go too fast, because if I go too fast, it'll just look like a blob and not like fur. I'm not going to worry too much about the tonal difference at this point, because I can always do that with a wash by painting it mostly all white and then doing a blue wash on the bottom. As long as I have the texture. Still don't have the separation I want where this little mouth is. I feel like it's lighter on the top. Almost. This part always feels like I don't get very far, but I really don't know of any way to do it faster, so. It just is what it is. I'll pull a lot of the sandwich shading next time. Okay. Let's see if we can't get these eyes a little bit closer. Same thing with them, they can be fine-tuned with shading, with washes. Above it. Need more water. There's some. This one eye definitely comes over further. Kind of like that. And then the other one. Up. It's getting there. I'll pull it up and show you up close in a second here. See if I can get a little more of the ears before next live. Try and get that turn there. I'll probably have to come in with some more black because it's lost its shape a little bit. Go the wrong direction. We'll work on filling that hole back in later. See if I can get this other ear a little bit better. Let's see, I think it comes about. It's tricky because there's a brown spot and then there's a black spot, and it's hard to tell where the change is. Here. I need to turn. I'm going to try to get the outline first because it's hard for me to tell the direction the other way. Right, this comes down and then in a little bit. Over. It starts angling down a little more. My cat is meowing like crazy. There's a lot of browns in here. We're just going to get this white for now. Fraction heavier right here. All right. It's good enough for now. All right, I'm out of time, so we're going to call it stop there. I'll pull that up so you can see what I did. Didn't go super far, but we got a little bit done. Alright, so let me zoom back out. Okay, so here's where we're at. You can start to see the detail in nose and eyes and stuff. And we'll just keep adding and layering in the colors as we go next week. Okay. All right, that is our painting for today. I'll be back on, what is today? This is Wednesday, right? It's trash days, yeah, so Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday. We'll do some more. All right, I'll see you guys on Friday. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and take care till next time. All right, bye-bye.